Ich bin da zum Allgemeinarzt, zum Hausarzt.
I went to my general practitioner, who carried out a general health check. And that was when, of course, my kidney failure was diagnosed. The diagnosis brought one question to mind. How long do I have left to live? I didn't know anything at all. Learning about everything was difficult too, because if you don't move in these circles, you have absolutely no idea.
Im Universitätsklinikum war von vornherein
From the outset, the university hospital was always talking about how dialysis would work and what the options were.
Also ich bin am liebsten mit meiner Familie zusammen.
What I love most is being with my family. And every hour that I can't be there with them is really difficult for me. I delayed the whole thing a little in order to find people who were experts in this field. And it was through a clinic that I met a professor who told me to take my time and that there were still many options left.
Mal ganz langsam mit den Pferden. Da gibt es noch viele Möglichkeiten. Da wurden dann die Cortisontherapien durchgeführt.
I then tried cortisone therapies to see whether my kidney would start working properly again. I met other patients there as well, many young doctors who were very innovative in their approaches.
Und dadurch habe ich von den Dialysemöglichkeiten PD, CAPD
I learned about the different dialysis options, including PD, CAPD, APD, and so on. It didn't take long for me to decide that I'd choose a form of dialysis that would allow me to live my life as freely as possible. And that was when I said that I wanted to do dialysis at home if possible. I tried CAPD first, which is where the bag containing the dialysis solution is hung up and gravity makes the solution flow from the bag into your body. This is repeated several times a day. For me, that meant having dialysis every 3 to 4 hours, which of course affected my working life. I then tried APD, which is dialysis with a cycler. It was great for me, ideal in fact. I was able to start it in the evening when I went to bed and stop it early in the morning when I woke up. It meant that it didn't affect my waking life in the slightest. Unfortunately, I was only able to use the system for a limited period of time because I developed problems with my peritoneum. At some point, I simply couldn't continue with it from a medical perspective. I then had to accept the fact that I would have to go to the center and receive normal HD dialysis. I did this for a year and it was a difficult time. Working during the day, then 5 hours of dialysis at the center in the evening, that's a lot to pack in, isn't it? And then at some point I came across the NX stage and I was immediately intrigued by it. Coincidentally, it also happened to be the main topic of discussion at the center at the time. And then the time came where I decided, okay, let's do it. Let's try it out. Training was carried out over a 4 to 6 week period, depending on who was able to participate. I'm not able to puncture myself. I'm a bit limited due to my tremor and so on. And that's where my wife came into the picture. She couldn't quite come to terms with it at the beginning, but fairly soon she agreed to it because we're a family. So she got involved and learned how to puncture me so that I could do dialysis at home. You have to prepare a lot of technical equipment at home, and it's no small task. You have to adjust the power supply. Everything needs grounding, including the water supply, gas supply, etc. But it gives me the option of doing dialysis whenever I want. I'm responsible for giving my body what it needs. But if my daily life requires something else, I'm also able to postpone my dialysis times. That's the main big advantage of it. We're also out and about a lot as a family, and this is extremely important to me. But of course, I always have a bit of free time left over. I like riding motorbikes, and I enjoy tinkering and playing mechanic when I'm at home. It's great fun. That's all time that you never get back when you have to do dialysis at a center. Just doesn't work.
Im Zentrum nicht haben, das geht ganz einfach nicht.
Hemodialysis in a dialysis center was mentioned to me too, but it wasn't really an option for me. The biggest problem with it is that you have to abstain from dialysis for 2 days a week, and that may be a dangerous period. So you have to stay at home while abstaining from the dialysis. You need a routine. In that respect, I feel much more comfortable with it and better in myself. I also feel better physically. I can do more things. We do at least 3 big trips a year to the Baltic Sea for 14 days at a time. Of course, I'm a bit limited now, so that's why I've only been on holiday in Germany since starting dialysis. It's to do with the fact that when you take the machine abroad, there may be certain laws regarding which medicines you can take with you, etc. We also like to do short weekend trips throughout the year, where all we do is pack up the machine, take 2 packs of dialysis fluid with us, and then go away somewhere for a short trip from Friday to Sunday or Thursday to Sunday. Since getting my machine, I've been able to enjoy several holidays a year, every year.
Mein Urlaub jedes Jahr genossen, mehrfach.